It seems like Amazon has been rolling out that general insurance requirement to a lot of members in my community, so I thought I would do this episode on Amazon's business or insurance requirements, as well as sales tax, because let's just throw that in there for fun, right? Hi, and welcome to Your Selling Podcast. I'm your host, Nikki Kirk, aka Your Selling Guide. In 2017, I quit a steady corporate desk job to travel the US in an RV. Along the way, I started selling on Amazon, grew multiple successful businesses, and wound up back to my roots as a small town girl. Today, I'm still doing what I love, selling on Amazon and helping other sellers start and grow their own online businesses. Each week on Your Selling Podcast, we will cover different aspects of selling online and highlight other sellers just like you and I. From part-time sellers creating extra income on the side to full-time sellers growing million-dollar businesses. Think of this as a sit-down with your Amazon bestie where we can learn and grow our online businesses together. Welcome to Your Selling Podcast. Hey crew, welcome back to another episode. If you are not already a part of the YSG community, I would definitely recommend joining. So I have the BOLO group, which is a monthly list of leads every month that community members are sharing what we're finding out there right now in stores that makes money. If you are a new seller and you've been out scanning and you know how the Amazon app works, you are very welcome to join us there. We have monthly hangout calls where we're going to chat about all different things, whatever questions you have, and they're recorded so that you can watch them anytime you want to. And it's mostly just a place where you can connect with Amazon sellers, grow your business, ask different questions, and learn about things you maybe didn't even know, like this business insurance requirements that's rolling out, right? So someone might post something, you'll be like, wait, what is that? That's actually how I learned when I started. I was in a beginner group and someone was talking about insurance. I was like, wait, this was like a year into my selling. I didn't even know that I needed to have insurance. Didn't know that was a thing. So I learned from being in the community. So definitely join the BOLO group today. It's a great place and I would love to have you there. Okay, so Amazon's general insurance requirements. Basically, it's something in the whole business solutions that we sign up for that after you've done $10,000 in gross sales, this is not profit, just $10,000 a month. If you've had a $10,000 month, you are technically required to get Amazon or to get insurance for your business, and then you add Amazon as a covered person on it. I'm going to get into what it's specifically called. But if you didn't know that, now you know. It used to be back when I started, it was 3 consecutive months of 10,000, so you could get away with it for a while. But at the end of the day, it's just insurance, like car insurance and all that kind of stuff. It's not all that expensive, but it is if you're newer. And congratulations if you're newer and you have $10,000 a month. That's awesome. In the business solutions, I'm just going to read from it. It says, it's number 9. If your gross proceeds from the transactions exceed the applicable insurance threshold during any month in the elected county in the United States or each month of any period of 3 months in Canada or Mexico, again, that's $10,000, or if you're otherwise requested by us. So you could just get, if you've been selling for a year and you've never hit $10,000, you could just still get an email from Amazon requesting a proof of your insurance. At that point, you have 30 days to go out and get insurance. So the insurance it can be general liability, commercial, umbrella. It's like, there's a million different things. I'm not Amazon speak. Definitely talk to someone who is insurance, knows insurance, probably the person you're going to buy it from. But you have to have this, and it has to be $1 million in aggregate. Let me jump to what it actually is. Okay, again, from Amazon, commercial liability insurance will protect you from incidents resulting from the products you sell and giving you peace of mind while you focus on growing your business. Under Section 9 of the Business Solution Group, you must obtain and maintain commercial liability insurance for within 30 days of exceeding $10,000 in gross sales in 1 month on Amazon.com or unless otherwise requested by us. I did see, not in my groups, it's in another Facebook group that I just see sometimes pop up, that someone was like, so can I just get it and then cancel it? No, you have to maintain it. They do check. So no, if you're trying to scam Amazon, I would not, because they're going to shut down your account. But anyways, so no, you have to maintain the insurance. So it's a yearly, I pay by the year, and I'll get into like recommendations of what I've heard from the community, but I pay by the year. I actually added on my office building here since I already have it anyways. I was like, why not? Because I got stock in here. So mine's a little bit more than maybe yours will be if you're just insuring it for Amazon's purposes. But it's not all that expensive. We're talking $500 a year not a month, $500 a year. So yes, it's an added expense, but it's protecting your business and you have to have it to sell on Amazon. And then Amazon has these breakdowns of what it has to have. So the insurance policy type can be either commercial, general, umbrella, or excess liability and be occurrence-based except for certain products and categories. Again, I'm not an insurance speak. I don't know what the difference is between them all. I just know I have the general one. I have general liability. The policy limit must be at least $1 million per occurrence and in aggregate, more insurance speak that I don't know about, and cover liabilities caused by or injured in conjunction to your business operations, products completed, operations, bodily injury. Deductible for your policy may not be greater than $10,000. The policy must cover all sales from your products and listed on Amazon.com store. The policy must name Amazon Services LLC and its associates and assignees as additional insured. That was the technical term I couldn't remember. So they're as an additional, except for single member LLCs, your insurance name must match your legal entity on Amazon. So obviously a single member LLC is a pass-through entity. It's adding a protection. That LLC is adding a protection that should something happen with your business or anyone who has an LLC's business, whoever may sue you can't get your house and everything else you own. That LLC is adding that protection. So that's a question I get asked a lot is, should you start with an LLC or just start as a sole proprietor? I started with a sole proprietor. I didn't have anything for anyone to take anyways if they wanted it besides an RV. That's why I didn't end up getting an LLC for 2 years. So all an LLC is going to do is it just adds that protection from your personal assets, from your business assets. So maybe that will help you decide if you want to have an LLC. So since a single member LLC just passes through to your personal self, you're probably going to have your name as the legal entity in Amazon and also on this insurance. If you have a partnership, S Corp, or any other thing, then your business, so whatever your technical business legal entity is in Amazon, needs to be what it is on the insurance form paper that you're going to supply to Amazon and on the policy. The policy must be completed and signed. It must be provided with global claim handling capabilities, financial, blah, 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 blah. The people I'm going to tell you about already do that. So I would just, whoever you're talking to for your insurance, just make sure that you send them all of this and do you do this? Yes, cool. So for insurance, most people I know have it through the Hartford, but here's the thing. They're not technically through the Hartford. So again, I don't know insurance and how it all works, but there's different brokers, right? And so I have mine through Well Insurance and it's through the Hartford. I tried to go straight to the Hartford and they wouldn't take me, but this other one did. Don't ask me why, but that's how it worked. I know a lot of people who have gone that way. The other thing is it says here it must cover all of the products for sale. So when you reach out to whoever you're going to reach out to for insurance, you want to make sure that you tell them everything that you sell. So if you sell baby products, toy products, any of those things that are a little bit more risky because it involves a child, you want to make sure that you're telling them that you sell that so that it is included in your policy. That is something new. So when I very first started, I had it through Cover Wallet. It was like $200 a year. They didn't ask what you sold, but then things started changing on Amazon. And so now Cover Wallet wouldn't even take me anymore. They didn't insure people on Amazon. But the people with the Hartford and Well Insurance, who I use, so they already know all this. So they know how Amazon works. They know what Amazon sellers need. They have Amazon as the additional insured. It's very, very easy. I tell them what I need. They send me the policy. I upload it to Amazon. It's super simple. So when you get that notice from Amazon, you have 30 days. So shop around. I know some sellers who have it from State Farm. You can literally, if you already have a house and car insurance and all this stuff, you can ask them about it and they might be able to add you. It's like insurance. It's like when you go get car insurance or even health insurance. You shop around, you look for the best price, make sure everything's covered that you need it to be covered, but definitely shop around. The other agency that people use is Ashland Haddon. I have never worked with them. I do know that they are more expensive, and I'm going to assume and just make a guess here on why they're more expensive. Because they are niched down to Amazon sellers specifically, so they're getting low-hanging fruit, right? It's people who are already needing insurance and looking, and so they're going to maybe charge a premium for that. So I don't use them. I know some of my community members do, but they are a little bit more expensive. Definitely shop around, look for the best price. I think that company makes you pay by the month. Again, I pay one time for the whole year, which is what I'd prefer to do. Hey crew, is your Amazon business set up for success this year? Do you know how much profit you really made on the item you just sold? Or what about this? Do you notice when the Amazon FBA fees change on a product in your inventory? These are just some of the reasons why I love Sellerboard and why I've partnered with them on the Your Selling podcast. I have been using Sellerboard for 4 years now, and I absolutely do not know how I will run my business without it. I love how simple Sellerboard is to use. The desktop version is set up so easy. As soon as you connect your Amazon account, all of your products from the past, anything you've ever sold is gonna flow into that. And the way I love it and use it the most is actually when I'm outsourcing. I have Sellerboard app right on my phone, and I can visually see the images of the products I'm selling today, yesterday, last month, last year, whatever I want to look at, I can see it in real time right on my Sellerboard app. Sellerboard is an affordable must-have tool for all Amazon sellers. And as listeners of this podcast, they have given you 2 months free to try it out for yourself. There's absolutely no credit card required to sign up, and you can cancel at any time. Head to yoursellingguide.com/sellerboardprofit to set up your free trial today. Again, yoursellingguide.com/sellerboardprofit to get your 2-month free trial today. I don't know if Amazon still has recommended people that they used to, like you could go through these. I don't do that. I got my own insurance. Like, I'm not trying to go through Amazon. I just make sure that Amazon is named on it, that it's $1 million and $10,000 per, the deductible's not greater than $10,000. These are all really standard business insurance things. So if this doesn't make sense to you, don't worry. The professionals know what it means. The other topic is sales tax. So Amazon and sales tax is super easy now. Amazon remits it and collects it for you in all the states where there is sales tax. There's, I think, 4 that don't have sales tax. I know Oregon is one of them. So if the state has a sales tax and you're selling on Amazon or eBay and I think Etsy, it's marketplace facilitator law is the law. So basically, if you are selling something on Amazon and it requires sales tax, Amazon is responsible for collecting it from the customer and sending it to the state, making our lives so much easier. It's very unfortunate that a law made that have to happen, but I'm here for it. So with that, that means that you don't have anything to do with sales tax, except if you have signed up for a sales tax exempt license from your state so that you can purchase items for resale without paying sales tax, you do need to file the sales tax when it's due with the state, even though it's 0. So I always talk about Florida because Florida's the worst. So Florida, one, you have to pay for your sales tax license. I think I've heard of a couple other states that you do have to pay for it. Most states is free. So with the sales tax license, in Florida specifically, we're just going to nitty gritty down to the worst case scenario. So if you have one in Florida, you have to file by the due date every month or quarter. I can't remember how often they make you do it. It might be quarterly, but you have to do it by the date. What happens is, even if you're filing 0 and you miss that date, you're going to get a penalty, which I remember was $50 with me. And they're going to charge you interest on that penalty. So just make sure wherever you're doing it that you're filing on time. A lot of states, because I sold before the whole marketplace facilitator rollout, so I used to have, I think, 11 or 12 different sales tax license in different states when I started. And I had to file them, and it was a whole mess. So let me tell you, it's great now that we don't. But whenever you have to file it, it's when it's due. So they'll tell you on the upfront. If they're going to make you do it every month, so Oklahoma makes you do it every month, call them and ask them if you can have it on an annual or semi-annual basis instead. I was able to do that. I called them, and unfortunately, like all thing government, they're like, yes, but you need to write us a letter. So I had to literally type out a letter, print it, sign it, send it in, and then they grandfathered me in, or whatever they call it, into now I can do it twice a year. So I do it the first half and the second half instead of every month. So definitely reach out to your state sales tax and see what's possible for your state. Every state is different. You can get your license if you want one. I would highly recommend it because it's not all that hard. But you can get it as a sole proprietor. You don't have to have an LLC or business license. You can get it. Usually you go to your Department of Revenue on your website, your state's website, Department of Revenue, and then it's called sales and use tax. So you would register a new business, even though you're not maybe registering a business. That's just how it is called there. If you have any questions, pick up the phone and call them. They are so easy and friendly to talk to. Oklahoma's, for whatever reason, was hard to figure out. Like I said, I had 11 at one point, so I could figure it out, but I could not figure Oklahoma's out. So I called the lady and she literally walked me through how to use the website. So they're very friendly. It's not like big government where we're all scary and like don't want to call them. They are very friendly and happy to help. So definitely pick up the phone and call if you have any questions. The reason I wanted to talk about sales tax is that Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Ollie's, they are stopping taking other states' sales tax exempt. So I recently, or not recently, it was a while ago, went to Kansas with my Oklahoma resale, and one Marshalls took it but gave me a lot of grief about it, and I was like, whatever, just take it. But then Ollie's was like, no, as of the first of the year, we don't take other states. So I'm not going to go back to Kansas. If you missed that YouTube video, well, it's on my YouTube channel. But I'm not going to go back to Kansas anytime soon. But if I was regularly, I would just open another sales tax exempt license account there and file it again 0 with Kansas, just so I could then go purchase. So if you're running into that issue where maybe it's mostly Marshalls and TJ Maxx, but if they're not taking your out-of-state tax exempt and you plan to go to that state sourcing often, it might be worthwhile to just get another one for that state. It's very bizarre to me because I RV'd around for 5 years, used my sales tax license in literally every state but the state it was from, and I never had any problems with it. So it's something new and doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, because that's the whole reason we're purchasing sales tax exempt, because we're going to charge it. So what do they care? I don't know. Anyways, again, any questions for your specific state, call them because they're super helpful and they will be able to help you out. I can't answer because I don't know all the different states, so I'm unfortunately not going to be able to help, but I just know if you go on your Department of Revenue for your state, sales and use business tax, it's right there for you and you can get your sales tax exempt. This was a short and sweet nitty-gritty podcast. If you would like to be a guest on a future episode, please email me at podcast@yoursellingguide.com. I am here all summer, ready to talk to you and chat and share your story about either selling on Amazon, selling on Walmart, selling on Poshmark, selling on Mercury, eBay, Etsy, whatnot. There's like a million ways to sell now. Facebook Marketplace. Are you a Facebook Marketplace guru? I would love to chat with you no matter how big of a seller you are, big, small, everything in between. I would love to chat more. So email me at podcast@yoursellingguide.com. Until next week, happy sourcing.